Morning YouTube land. Look into my hole. It's all wet in there. So I've got a, what have I got? I've got a Triumph Sprint ST. It's a 955i 2004. Bad starting, so it will crank and crank and crank. Sometimes it'll go, sometimes it won't. Now I've had a few of these now. This was just a random job. I wasn't really intending on filming this, but I figure there's probably somebody out there in YouTube land that search YouTube for Triumph won't start or something, and they might find this video and it might actually be useful for them, because this seems to be a bit of a recurring theme. So what happens is, let me get you a different shot. You see down in there, look, see that water? So with these tanks, there's a little, it's not a good shot this, but can I expose that bit better? Yeah, there's a little drain hole there, look. And that little drain hole comes out, get you to focus, there's some pipes that run down inside the tank and they come out here. And that one, if you can see, let me focus a bit better. This is really common. They're aluminium and they get all furred up. So there's two pipes. This one is this little noggin here, which connects to that. Whoa, this is hard to film. Connects to that when this filler's shut. And then this one, focus. This one is connected to these two. So this one here is this one here, and then that one with the blocked one is that one in there. So the blocked one is the one that drains the rainwater from around this filler neck, stops the rainwater going into the tank. Let me just flash you a picture of what I found last night. I was doing this job yesterday. I was waiting for a fuel filter to arrive for it this morning actually, which has just come, and I thought last night, ooh, I should be filming this really. This is potentially, oh, look at me in the tank here. Hello everybody. Focus, as in Jim focus, not the camera. Right, so let me flash a picture of what was inside the tank last night. So this is this is what I found last night when I knew what I was going to find, to be honest. I've probably done half a dozen of these now, all with the same symptoms. They won't start, they crank and crank and crank. Sometimes they'll go, sometimes they won't. So basically the fix is, you've obviously got to unblock this. You've got to unblock this pipe here. Got really concentrating to not say So you've got to unblock this pipe so the rainwater can drain away, and then the fuel pump has got to come out. Fuel pump bolts on here, I'll show you that in a second. Fuel focus, God, this camera. Fuel pump bolts on here. You've got to get into the tank to dry all the water out. There's just no way of doing it otherwise. And then let me show you the fuel pump. So this is the pump. This is the fuel filter that was on there. Goes that way round. So you've got a water gets trapped. As you can see, water gets into the fuel filter. You've got to replace the fuel filter. This is the pump that comes out. Easy enough, just a ring of bolts holding the pump in. There's a gasket there. Millions of bolts holding it on, but I guess it stops it leaking. And then this is the fuel filter. I never buy the genuine Triumph filters. I buy, these are Mal German ones. They're identical, but they're about half the price. And they're probably, in reality, the same filter, I would think, as the Triumph one. Maybe not, but anyway, these are easily as good. These are original fitment on BMWs. This is a real, for those of you that need to know, it's a KL145, really common filter. Use them on BMWs a lot. So you've got to take the pump out. You've got to airline the pump out, because water gets everywhere, and it's kind of, water's funny, it sticks, doesn't it, in places. So you've got to airline the pump out, change the fuel filter, put it back together, unblock that pipe, and the job's a good one. Not very interesting, guys, but I thought I'd share that because somebody out there might be stuck with a Triumph that's got some weird intermittent starting fault. A couple of the ones I've done actually have, believe this or believe it not, a couple of the ones I've done have come from Triumph dealers that haven't been able to fix them, which is quite scary. And you know, almost straight away you think, yeah, fuel in the, sounds like those symptoms sound like fuel in the concentrate, for God's sake, sound like water in the fuel. Right, that's enough of that. I'm going now. I've got work to do. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.